happening, everybody? Welcome back. It's been a long time. I'm glad to be back, man. I've been very busy working on multiple projects, including my own. I want to thank everyone that's been subscribing and everything since I've been going. I appreciate all you guys, but we are back in full motion online here. And what I want to show you guys today is that we are in Unreal Engine 5.4, and I want to show you how to replace the base character in the third person project, the default project in Unreal Engine 5.4. There's a little bit of different things to do, so let's go ahead and get into it. I am going to go ahead and I'm going to be adding phase to my project. So the first thing that I'm going to want to do is to actually go up, and we want to go ahead and launch 5.3. And the reason I'm saying this is because, and I do have 5.3 projects, but I don't want to interrupt them here. What you want to do is it's not going to let you add the character right to the 5.4 project because it's still in preview. So you're going to have to put the character into a 5, or I use 5.3. I just like to go as close to the version as possible. So I'm just going to add a character. I'm going to make a default project for 5.3, and then I'm just going to add a character to that project, and then we'll be able to move it over. So go ahead and open 5.3 and just create a basic project, a third person project. All right, so once you're in, you want to go ahead and create a third person project. I'm just calling this one character transfer, so I know that that's what it's for. I'm only going to pretty much use it just for that. So we'll go ahead and create our project. All right, and go ahead and let that open. All right, so what you want to do is just create a basic third person project in 5.3. All right, that's all I did. And then I just named it character transfer, so I know that that's what this project is for. So the next thing that you're going to want to do now is we want to go ahead and open the Epic Games launcher so that we can go ahead and move our Paragon character into that project. So let's go. All right, so back inside the Epic launcher, I'm going to go ahead down to the character that I want to add, which is Phase. So let's go ahead and we're going to add her to the project. And now we should see a 5.3 character transfer. We're going to go ahead and add this character to the project. I just have to do this, and you're probably going to have to do it for most characters unless they're your own. Then you can just bring your FBX in or whatever. But this is the way that you're going to have to do it for now if you're using, like, you know, Paragon assets or characters from the marketplace, I should say. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put that in there. I'll be right back when that's done. All right, so the process has completed. We can go ahead and close the Epic launcher. And now I got my 5.4 project here, which you want to make sure you make a project, the same exact one, the third person project for UE 5.4. I have that on this side. And the UE 5.3 default project is here. All right, as you can see, I have a landscape and everything in here. I've been doing some work in here, just messing with things and seeing how it works. All right, so we're going to go ahead now. And the first thing that we're going to want to do, and I'm going to close all these other tabs. So we're going to close the other tabs for now. All right, and what I want to do now is go to my Paragon phase. So we're going to go to the characters. All right, and we're just going to actually just take this whole folder. Just going to right click this. And we're going to go to migrate. All right. Should come up pretty fast. It's going to pick everything that you need to pick. You're going to say okay. And then you're just going to go in and you're going to look for, we got character transfer, which is here. I want to go back up because I want to go to this My Project 3. So let me see if I can find that in my projects here. I got a lot, as you can see right here. We got My Project 3. So this is the one I want. Go ahead to the content folder. We're going to select this folder, and it's going to migrate all the packages over, giving me a little warning here for my FPS because I got a lot going on. I got a couple different engines open and I'm recording. So it's giving me a little flack about it. I think I also have a couple more softwares open that I probably should close. So go ahead and do that. So now once you have your character transferred over, we should be able to close this other version of the engine now. We don't need it. All right, and now we should be able to find our Paragon phase here, and we're going to go ahead and Paragon phase, and we're going to go to characters, and we're going to go to heroes. We're going to go to phase, and you're going to see phase in here. Now we're going to go to the meshes, and you're going to see the meshes here. All right. Looks like her head's cut off in every single one of these. Weird. Anyway, now that we have the character in and we know it's good, we're just going to simply go to our actual third-person character. We're going to go in that blueprint, and we are going to go to this ABP Manny C blueprint. We want to actually open that blueprint, and we want to right-click on this, and we're going to say Retarget Animations. All right. Once we're in here, you can basically select phase. She'll be down here. What do we got here? It's like some multiple versions of phase here. And I just got to pick which one I want to use. Let me try this one. And it's doing its little doohickey there. All right, now phase is showing up. All right, so now we have phase in. Everything's already pretty lined up. You can press buttons and you're going to see that everything's already set up. Everything's already ready to go. If you have any issues with anything, tweaks and all that, let me know. This one worked pretty perfect so far. So now what we want to do is say we want to export. Let me make sure it got all the animations, because I was literally trying to do the whole blueprint, not just one animation. I know you can select all of the animations that you want to transfer. So you can literally get all the poses that you want. I'm just going to export this. This should encompass all the animations. I don't think I did that the first time. So let's go ahead and export. All right, so now you'll see that it exported everything. I think I only had one highlighted. You can literally select that whole folder and literally copy everything, every animation that's in there. But if you do the blueprint, it should take everything that you need. We could do the Quinn one as well. The Quinn one would probably be better for movement wise. So I'm going to go ahead and retarget the Quinn version. And we're going to go ahead and pick phase again. All right. And we're going to see it says ready to export. So all I have to do is pick Quinn. All right. And then I can do the same exact thing. Say export. And what I'm going to do is put them in the same folder, Paragon phase. And we'll put this to retargets. And it doesn't matter. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put phase. All right. We're going to say export. We'll say overwrite existing file. So if it has to, it will. And it looks like it's going to take a little second because it has to remap the curves. All right. And so once that's done, you'll see it says 14 animations retargeted. So now we should be able to go to the Paragon phase character and we should see retarget folder in there. So let's go to Paragon phase and we got retargets, and you're going to see all the animations here. So now you can actually go in, play the animation, and you're going to see that it legs coming out of her skirt a little bit there, but other than that, it looks like the animations are working fine. Definitely got some tears in the clothing, but that's not what we're here to worry about right now. That's something that we would have to fix if we were using this character. I'm just using this character as an example, so I'm not going to worry about the fine details. Just get the basics done. But once that's done, you should be able to go into your content folder as well. And let me pull this drawer up a little bit here. And you're going to see Manny phase 1, because it basically put another Manny on here because that's what's being referenced by this blueprint to work. But that does work now. So we can save all this. I want to go back into that folder. Back to the retarget. So what we can do is go back in again. And we want to just retarget the exact same setup. So let's go back in again. We're going to go to Quinn. We're going to say retarget animations again. I'm going to pick Quinn, and this time we're going to go ahead and pick our character again, phase. And this time we just want to export the retarget assets. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to go to Paragon phase again. And this time I'm going to right click. I'm going to make a new folder, and I'm going to put rigs on it, because these assets are going to be the rig assets and things like that. So now we can go ahead, put that there, and then we can just export it. All right. Now we should be able to go to her folder now, Paragon, and go into rigs. And you're going to see that it auto-generated all the rigs for you. We're going to go ahead and save all. All right. So you got your auto-generated retarget rig here. This is really nice. It's done everything for you. It's already done the IK. It's done everything for you. So this is all done. So now we should have our new animations in here along with all of her other animations. But if you look here, we got walk forward, jump land. Everything's pretty much here. So let's go ahead and save all that. And that's it for the retargeting so far. And the next thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to go ahead and go into the character. We're going to go ahead and change this to phase. And we should be able to use any of the phase skeletons, not just the one that we picked. It should work on any of them because they're all basically the same character. And see, that looks pretty ugly. So change your character, and then let's go ahead and look for phase. And you'll see that we have multiples here. We got Manny. Now let's see if we got a Quinn phase, which is here. All right. And it shows there's a Quinn phase. Let's go ahead and if you see here, this doesn't look like it's actually taken, but it looks like the character is going to be stiff here. It doesn't look right. Let's go ahead and go into the blueprint. And we can go to Quinn phase, and it should show her in the blueprint if we compile it. And there we go. So now you see that she's standing there and it looks fine. Let's go into the blueprint, compile it, and then now you're going to see that she's standing and she's doing what she's supposed to do. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and we're going to try to play this. All right. So let's go ahead into our level. Should be here. And we're just going to press play. Oh, says that there's an error. Let me check and see what that is. So it says use unnamed pin, set orientation. So this has to do with the actual character blueprint here. This is part of the Paragon. We don't need any of this because we're not going to be using that right now. So we can just get rid of that, compile again. And then I don't care about the unknown axes. All that is just has to do with this character. We can literally delete anything that has to do with this character. We're not really going to use it. So there we go. That clears all that mess up. All right. Now we should be able to press play and it should be fine. So let's go ahead and try to press play again, see what happens. So we got phase in. I want to look and see if her feet are on the ground. They look okay. All right, so we're going to run, and you're going to see that everything looks to be fine. We're going to jump. Boom. So you see that? I'm going to show you how to fix that now. All right. And then let's go ahead and go up the hill. Let's just make sure all the IK stuff is working and everything. So we're going to go here, and it looks like it is. Yeah. So we've got foot IK and everything. So it looks really good. All right. But that jump looks horrible. So now we're going to go ahead and address that jump. All right. So what you're going to want to do is we are going to, and it's going to show you right here. It gives you an error. It says trying to play a non-additive animation land phase into a pose that is expected to be an additive in anim instance ABP Quinn phase C. So basically what's happening is, and I'm going to show you this using the original blueprint. So if we go to the third person, let's save everything, file, let's save all. And what we're going to do now is we're going to go to the original blueprint, which is a third person character. And we want to actually go to the here to where it says characters, and we want to go to where the mannequins are. All right, so when we go here and we go to the animations, we're going to go ahead and click on Manny, because Manny has all the full setup. Quinn just references this. You can see there's an error in here that's always there. Got to go take the loop off of the jump fall. That's just in there, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. What we're going to worry about is this. You want to go into your event graph, your anim graph, I'm sorry. And we want to go to our locomotion states, and then we got main states, all right? Drop this down, and I want to show you guys something here on land, all right? So this is the land, and I want to put this on half the screen here, guys. We're going to go ahead and half out here. Go ahead now, and I'm going to show you guys what the problem is. We're going to go ahead and open the Quinn version. So we need to go here, and then we need to open the Manny phase 1, because I believe this is where it's getting everything from. But if we go into here now and take a look, and before we even do that, what I want to do is I want to delete one of these, because I don't like having two things that's the same. So we're going to go ahead and delete this one, and then I'm going to just rename this one to just regular phase. And that's my bad. It's because I did it twice to show you guys. So there we go. Let's do it. Okay, so now we have that done. We're going to go to the same thing, and we're going to fix these errors too. I'm going to show you guys how to fix all this stuff. But what we're going to do here is go down to your animation states on this blueprint as well. We want to actually take this blueprint and put it on one side. So that's the Manny, and then we want to put this stuff on this side. All right, so that we can match them up. So now when you go to land here, you're going to see this is brown, this is green. All right. If you're not familiar with animations, green is an additive, and you can see when you hover it, it says sequence player additive land. All right. You go here, this just says sequence player. There's no additive. So what you want to do is double click on this. All right. And in order to do this in a way to make you understand what you're doing, I'm going to go ahead and open both versions. So I'm going to go ahead and open the other land here. And what you're going to want to do is in the animation for land, you want to scroll down to the additive settings. And you see here it says no additive. You go down on this one, it says local space. So we want to go ahead, change this to local space. And then you're going to see frame from this animation. All right. So we want to do the same thing. And then it's going to give you a number, which is the frame index. Just copy the same number, 26. All right. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to compile that. All right. Save all that. Let's go ahead. I'm just going to do a save all, make sure we get everything. So now when we go back into our and we don't want that one up. We want the one that says Manny. You're going to see that that land phase is now green. All right. So that's all green now. All right. So that's good. We also have the loop going on. We're going to go ahead and make sure that M jump phase is not set to loop. So that's the next thing we're going to fix. We'll go here, we'll type in loop, and it says the loop is off here. That's not where the problem is, it's actually here. And we need to actually scroll over since it's highlighted, and there should be a loop down here, and we want to go ahead and turn that off, compile this, and save it. That'll get rid of that loop animation, all right? So now we should be able to go in and press play, and let's see what happens. So which one of these has the map? Neither one of them. It's behind it. I hate working with this. I got two screens, but they won't work together because they're different sizes. So I can't put them both on the recorder at the same time or it just looks crazy. All right. So the next thing we're going to want to do is we want to go ahead and try the actual project. We want to play it and see what it does. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to press play. All right, we got her in. Now we can run, jump, and look at that. Works like a charm. No more of that craziness. It was all because of the animation, the way it was set up. All right. So now everything works, but we still got some errors in our blueprint that we need to fix. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to stop. And I'm going to show you guys why you're getting these errors here. So if you click on this, there's a control rig. And where this is, I want to open up both characters again. All right, so we're going to go ahead and open the Manny and the Quinn. So let's go ahead and get this open. And we're just going to tag this over here, man. We're going to tag these over here so that we don't have to keep jumping back and forth. All right, so now we can get rid of the jump land. We know we're good on that. What we're going to need to do now is go into the actual anim graph, which is here. And you're going to see this control rig. All right. It's telling you that it's basically a different parent versus the skeletal mesh. Now I'm going to show you what that is. We're going to go down and scroll on this side. Let me pull this over so you guys can see. And when you go down, you're going to see control rig class, and you're going to see this. It says CR Mannequin Basic Foot IK. All right. This is what the problem is. This is based on the mannequin skeleton and not this skeleton. So the way we're going to fix this is we're going to go back into the Paragon phase folder again. We're going to go ahead. Let's go ahead and go to the heroes phase. And what we're going to do is go to the meshes. And we're just going to pick phases mesh, because any of the meshes will work. We're going to right click on this and we're going to say create. And what we want to create is a regular control rig. So we're going to create this control rig. And what I'm going to do here is rename this to foot underscore IK. And that should be good enough. All right, just to identify that that's what it is. All right, and I really want to move this to my rigs. So I'm going to go ahead and move this to my rigs. I like to keep all the rigs and everything together. So I'm going to put this on my rigs and move here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and save all. I like to save all frequently in case it crashes, especially since we're in like a preview version. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to open this rig. And you're going to see that the rig is pretty much empty. There's nothing here. All right. I'm going to move this over one, and I want to close the rest of these tabs to the right. All right. So what we're going to want to do now is we want to find the foot IK rig from this character, which should be here. So if you click here, you'll see the CR Mannequin Basic Foot IK. We're going to open this up. And what we're going to do is we're going to do some copying. First, you want to copy the foot trace. You're going to copy this and you want to paste this in functions. So we'll paste that there. Make sure nothing is redded out. Everything should be there. You should see your bone visibility. All right, we're going to compile that, save that. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to copy all of these variables, and we're going to start with the top one. We're just going to copy, go to variable, and we're going to press paste variable. And we're going to do this for each one of these. All right. And this is very important that you do this first. You can do it second, but it's just going to give you a bunch of errors and stuff that you ain't going to want to be dealing with. It's easier to just do it right the first time. So I'm just letting you know it's best to just copy and paste all the variables up front. Paste the variable. And then we got the should do trace. We're going to copy and paste that variable. Now we're going to go ahead and compile and save. All the values of these should be on 0. If you see anything different, you want to make it match whatever it is over here, but everything should be exactly because we copied it. It should be pretty exact. All right. So now we just have to go to the forward solver. And what we're going to do is copy all of these nodes. And it's not going to let you right click and copy. It doesn't do it like that. You're going to have to actually do Control C to copy it. So I don't know why it doesn't let you copy inside of this, but it doesn't. And we're going to go ahead and paste it and just say OK. All right. Now that you have it here, we're just going to connect our forward solve node here to here. All right, and we're going to compile it, and it's going to show green, but you're going to see these red letters here. All right, which means that the IK is not actually connected. It's not going to actually work. So even though it looks right, it's not going to actually work. Let's go to the content browser, and hold on a second. I want to check something real quick. We're going to go ahead and go to Paragon Phase, and we're going to go to the characters, heroes, phase. All right, and we got everything here. Just wanted to check all our animations. And then we should have our retargets here. So let's go up here and check our retargets. I'm going to go ahead and go to the Manny here. Let's move this back to the side we need it at, okay? And you're going to see here that we still have work to do. We definitely need to replace the rig. All right. And we're going to change this to the phase foot IK, and we're going to compile this. Now your errors are gone, but the foot IK is not set up correctly. So let's go ahead and finish and fix this. All right, and I'm going to tell you guys what you have to do, because if you don't do it in this order right now, in the preview version, it does not save and work correctly. You can't just go in here and go boom, and then go down, go to foot IKL, compile, save. All right, and I'm going to show you what's happening. I'm going to go ahead and close this, but first I'm going to search so that I have it here to go back to. I'm going to close this. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to open this foot IK again. And you're going to see that it didn't save it. I don't know why this is, but for this node, you're going to have to go here. You're going to have to clear this to none. Reset this to bone. And then set this to the IK foot L. We're going to compile it. I've been doing forward solve. And then now, if we go and we close this, and we should still have this searched up. So if we close this now and we open it, you're going to see, and it opened over here, doesn't matter, that it's saved. So that's what you have to do. I've tried it so many other ways. It does not work unless you do that. So just take the time out to do it. It's not that much, especially for you to get a full rig that's going to work, you know, pretty much like the original. So this should be IK foot R. We're going to compile, save, forward solve. We're just going to do this through the rest of these nodes. All right. So you got these nodes, and these nodes, you might have to hit the drop down item to modify here. And then make sure you remember it's foot L and bone. I actually been setting this to none. All right. And then setting it again over here. So we got bone. We got foot, IK foot L, compile, forward solve. And I'm just going to do that for the rest of them. And like I said, this probably will not be like this in the final version. But here, I've just noticed that it hasn't been saving unless I do this. So this is what I've been doing the whole time. Bone. And then this should be IK, foot IKL. And then we got R. Went way past it here. All right. And then we're going to compile that one, forward solve again. This should already be filled in. And then the only other ones you should have to do are these two. And you want to do the same thing. Go here, clear them out. Okay. And then go ahead and add them back. It's crazy, but that's what I've had to do. Does not do it any other way. And then we got one more. Let's compile forward. And then we got one more here. We're going to go ahead and clear this one out and then just re-add it back in here. And this should be the foot RIK. Compile, save, forward solve. Now the next thing you want to do is, once again, we want to close this and make sure that it actually is saved. We're going to save all. All right, and let's close it, open it again, and see if everything is correct. And now you should see no more reds. Everything should be saved. All right. See how good that is? And you see that this all of a sudden turned the proper color. Now everything should be good. You shouldn't have any errors in your blueprint. All right, and now that we got that done, let's go ahead and press play. I'm gonna go ahead and stretch the whole screen, and we're gonna go ahead and play it. Everything should be solid now. Everything should be working fine. There we go. See my grass popping in slow. Anyway, there we go. Now your phase or your character should be working. Everything should be on point. It looks really good. And I'm pretty impressed with it. Minus the skirt tears. But everything else looks good. Also, I've done this with other characters, so I know that all of the characters, pretty much any character this will work on. So I've done this with all kinds of characters. If there's anything else you guys want me to do, I will do the migrating or taking your landscape from an older version of Unreal Engine like 5 or 5.3 and moving it over to 4. It is a lot easier than it's ever been. Everything just kind of pops into place and it works. If you would like to sponsor the channel, hit me on the Cash App. Anything $1.99 to $5, whatever you can do will definitely help support the channel and help support the content and the game creation. Like, subscribe, hit the notifications, and share the content. I'll be back with another one. Amp Capo, Black Adonis Games.